So now kita akan continue dengan 6.2 Analysis Implications of Cash Flow. So dalam ni kita akan belajar pasal limitation dan juga interpretation. Macam mana kita interpret dan juga apakah limitation cash flow. So let's take a look at the 6.2.1 Limitations in Cash Flow Reporting. Okay, so there are some limitations of the current reporting of cash flow. That are, it fails to present net profit. This is because cash flow does not present the cost nor the revenue. Okay, so yang akan present net profit hanyalah statement of profit and loss. So another limitation is that industry comparison not possible, which means we cannot, with cash flow, we cannot compare with the industry. Why? Because cash flow statement does not measure the efficiency of the firm. For example, firm with lower capital investment have lower cash flow as compared with the company that have higher capital investment, which they will have the higher cash flow. So that's why cash flow cannot be compared with the industry. The third limitation is that it's not a substitute to income statement. So why dia tak boleh substitute income statement? Because the function of cash flow just to know the cash inflows and outflows without considering the non-cash items such as cost nor the revenues. Okay, sebab tu dia tak boleh substitute to income statement, but cash flow can only supplement to income statement. Lastly is does not assess future cash flow. Okay, since we prepare this cash flow based on the basis of historical cost, therefore it does not help to know the future. So these are the limitations of cash flow. Okay, so next 6.2.2 kita akan tengok kepada interpreting the statement of cash flow. So cash flow ni dia menunjukkan a broader view of operating activities that encompass all earning related activities of a company and focus on the liquidity aspect of operation. Dia hanya fokus tapi dia tidaklah menyeluruh kepada liquidity, ya. And it's not a measure of profitability. It reports information on operating, investing and financing activities. Serve as a check on net income but not a substitute, as I said. Ni semua pasal limitation dia lah. Okay, so they exclude elements of revenues and expenses not currently affecting cash. Okay, so sekarang kita tengok pada by activity pula, operating activities. So apa yang bila kita prepare cash flow tu, bila kita prepare cash flow, so apakah maksud kepada net cash flow from operating activities tu? What it shows? It shows that a company's ability to generate income from internal sources. Itu figure yang bawa masuk kepada itu, okay? And then dia juga to assess the company's ability to meet ongoing funding requirements, contribute to long-term projects and pay a dividend. Jadi kita tengok, okay, dia ni cash inflow daripada operating dia, cash inflow. Maksudnya, okay, dia dapatlah generate income banyak lah daripada dia punya internal sources. Lepas tu dia pun boleh meet dia punya ongoing funding, mampu untuk bayar dividen. Itu menunjukkan kepada net cash flow from your operating activities. Okay, so net investor prefer companies that produce a net positive cash flow from operating activities. Maksud dia kat sini, net positive ni, cash inflow from operating activities ni higher than cash outflow. Itu maksud dia. Okay, so normally it's a good sign when it goes up as compared to previous year. Okay, you punya cash flow daripada operating activities meningkat untuk tahun ni. So maksudnya you punya company bagus. So banyak investor akan invest dalam you punya company. Okay, itu masuk operating activities. So next kita tengok pada investing activities. So net cash flow from investing activities, dia menunjukkan kepada they assess a company's ability to meet future expansion requirements to investing. to expand. Okay, so negative or positive isn't inherently bad or good, and it depends on the type and age of the company. Okay, apa maksud dia? Sebab kalau negative investing activities, maksudnya dia menggunakan banyak duit untuk beli dia punya non-current asset. Bila dia banyak beli, of course dia ialah company yang baru nak up. Okay, expanding company. Sebab tu dia tengok kepada umur. Kalau dia tu business baru nak up, so of course dia kena beli banyak non-current asset dia kan. So sebab tu investing activity tidak menunjukkan apa-apa. Inflow atau outflow tidak menunjukkan apa-apa. Okay, for example, a young company that is high growth company might have a large negative net cash flow from investing activities as it buy assets to expand its business. Itu maksud dia. Okay, so a company that shells out significant cash on investing activities without eventually increasing profits might be using its cash inefficiently. Okay, maksud dia kat sini, kalau company tu dia mengeluarkan banyak cash outflow daripada investing activities, tetapi dia tidak menunjukkan peningkatan dalam profit dia, maksudnya company tu tidak efficient menggunakan dia punya non-current asset tu. Dia tidak menggunakan sepenuhnya non-current asset dia tu. Sebab sepatutnya non-current asset tu dah boleh generate income kepada company. Okay, itu maksud dia. Right, so next kita kena pada financing activities. So net cash flow from financing activities, a positive number is going to indicate that cash has come into the company due to certain activities such as receiving cash from issuing stock and receiving cash from issuing bonds. A negative figure indicates when the company has paid out capital, such as spending cash to repurchase previously issued stock, to pay long-term debt, or making a dividend payment to shareholders. Tu je maksud dia. Maksud positive number tu maksudnya dia issue lah. Kalau negatif maksudnya dia banyak membuat payment ataupun repurchase. So biasanya dalam soalan, dia suka tanya limitation, dia suka tanya juga interpretation ni. Okay, dia suruh you interpret the net cash from operating, net cash from investing, net cash from financing. So you can cakap lah, dia tu positif ke negatif. Apa positif tu? Contoh kalau ni positive financing activity, maksudnya cash inflow from financing is bigger than cash outflow. Kenapa dia ada positif? Tengok balik you punya statement tu, daripada mana dia dapat duit tu, dia issue apa. Itulah reason dia. Very simple. Okay, I hope you can do this. Okay, so lastly kita akan tengok kepada nak interpret dia punya net income pula. Okay, net income rely on estimate deferral, allocations and valuations. Tapi dia show no effect on timing of cash flow, sebab cash flow tidak memberi limitation dia, fails to present net profit. So sebab tu dia tidak effect kepada cash flow. Okay, dan SOPL menggunakan accrual basis, so not showing the effect on liquidity and solvency as well. That's all. Okay, ini je lah 6.2. Next kita akan pergi kepada 6.3. So I hope you can understand this, sebab soalan suka tanya. So kalau you ada apa-apa soalan, you may ask me. Okay, thank you for listening. Bye. Assalamualaikum.